Hi there, it's Pam here from Canterbury Craft NZ. Hi, hope you're all well. Well, it's a dismal day here in Christchurch and it's about 5 o'clock at night and I'm recording, so if you've got a bit of shadow here, I'm terribly sorry. Today is ABC April 2025 with a hashtag in front, and it's a collaboration between run by Margaret at Seven Plaza and Tony at Crafty by Tony, who are two of my favourite YouTubers. So today's letter is M, and we all know how to do masterboards, but I thought I'd show you my process. So I have one of these visual diaries. It's an A4 size. It's made of cartridge paper, quite reasonably thick cartridge paper, probably about 100 GSM. And I used to do big boards, and and I usually use manila folders, but I thought I'd have a go at doing it a different way so that I can just, you know, glue and stick when I want to. And yeah, so I've made a few different, this is just my cover page I've just been playing around with, because these are old stamps on paper bags and all sorts of bits and pieces. So that could be cut down into a masterboard, you know, into tags, or actually would be quite pretty with, you know, and journaling spots, etc. So as you can see here, like I've cut a few down. This one I've already started cutting down. I've used a lot of labels. Now these are from the Junk Journal Studio, Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio, and I use various book pages. That's wrapping paper, music paper, that's something from Temu, so as is that, and so is that. This is an old A to Z from England, a book, and I don't know where I got that from. And this is a number book that I have. So you can make these into nice little tags too, and pockets and all sorts of things. So what I generally do is I glue my front bit out like this, and then I have a colour theme, maybe, depending on what I do. Then I get a bit of yucky old cardstock that I don't like the colour of, like this. I've got lots of cardstock that I don't use in colours because I used to be a big card maker, and that's an A4 size too, so that goes perfectly with these. So I'll just give you a flick through of this to sort of show you what I've done. And after I've put the backing on, I also can use a bit of avocado or tea-dyed paper. You're not getting me in full shot there, are you? Sorry, it's a bit big, this book, but it'll give you an idea anyway. So I've used a lot of labels on these ones. I got sick of just paper and I had a wee play. I put some plain labels on, and then I've covered it all in the back. And this is the good thing about junk journaling, anything goes, doesn't it? So that one's got more of them, they're the same thing actually, but different sizes. So I use a lot of labels. This one here hasn't got a backing. Yes, it has. It's quite a thick one anyway, so you probably wouldn't need to put any backing on that. I don't think oh yeah, no, I have put a wee bit of cardboard there. Just carrying on through, I'll just flick through this quickly. Children's books, graph paper on the back, more wrapping paper. Paper bags are good. You know, I like all sorts of books, obviously. I love music paper. I mean, that to me is just yum. And then I've just covered it up at the back. Then I thought, oh, I'll do some coloured ones. So I did these ones here, which you can't see everything on because of the size of my book. But anyway, I tried to keep to a colour scheme. Same with this, more muted tones. There. This one's got a bit of embossed envelope on it that I'd put through my embossing folders the wrong way, and didn't turn out very well. This one, oh, that's part of one. These are from Temu, I think, these adverts. So I would just chop those up as they are there, and I've just put a bit of ink on the back. More music paper, bit of a music paper. These are Temu stickers that I'm trying to get rid of. This one's got some French, or a couple of French, I think that's French, yeah, book pages on, and music paper. So I've come to a blank one, so I'll just show you my process. And of course I didn't get my book pages out, but I've got some down here that I can do. I'll just show you these actually. These are some cut up ones that I've got ready to go. These are washi tape. And look at that for a background. That's really effective, isn't it? I think that's fantastic, those 2 cards. I love those. There's a few of them here. So I got 4 cards out of that. So I'll probably make these ones into tags and those into journaling spots. They still need backing on the back, but I just thought I'd show you those. It's, there's one of labels on it already. So it's a pretty easy process. And it's lots of fun. So I'll just grab some book pages out of this. Well, this is just one of my book page things, but I've got plenty of books. And I usually just take a few pages out of each one. And yeah, I'll just take that whole book. I like the really, like these, the really darker coloured, not that you can see that they're darker coloured pages. Here's another one. I've got either holder in there, which I don't want to use. What else have I got? See what else we've got in here. Some of those stamp ones would be quite cool. Right. Well, let's have a go with those anyway, see how we get on. We might need now I'm a bit funny because I like everything facing the right way, and not every craft is like that, and I know especially in junk journaling. This is very fragile paper, but isn't it gorgeous? I think I got that from my French friend Virginie. She sent me a whole lot of beautiful things, which I really love and am so appreciative of, because it's very hard in New Zealand to get anything old, let alone pretty. Plenty of 60s and 70s stuff, but nothing much before that, unfortunately. So very grateful to her for sending me that. So this is Anne of Green Gables. I can tell that. So already I can see this is going to be a little bit more of a book page one. Just tearing it all up. Of course, this is nothing you haven't seen before, as I said. There's some French paper. And I know some of these are antique and some are a bit newer. But it's great to use all sorts of different bits, isn't it? Bit of sacrilege, really, cutting up old books. And I've got these postage stamp ones, but I don't really want a lot of the imagery on it at this stage. These make great labels too, these stamp books, if you can get them. You know, look at that, you've got a little label all ready to come out with these little things, so they're quite cool. So I'll just take the numbers out of that one, and I'll take the numbers out of this one. Didn't get any music paper out for this, but that's okay, I've got plenty of ones with music. So I hope you're all having a good day. I've had a good day. I've been out to an art group that I go to, and I call it my therapy, and it is my therapy. It's really cool. So yeah, so we had a little bit of fun with pastels today, so that was cool. And then a discussion about what we'd done, so that was really lovely. It was really cool to do that. You know, how we came to what we were making. Only a couple of hours on a Tuesday. It's a nice bunch of people, and yeah, great. Oh, I've got two pages there. This is very thin, this paper. I think that should be enough. Right, so I've got all my little bits here. Let's get rid of that lot. over to one side. And then it's just a case of being getting the glue stuck and choosing which side I want to use too. Oops. So I'm going to use that side. Oh, this isn't English. This is in English. Sorry, I thought it was French. I use Scotch purple glue. I love it. I think Scotch products are really good. I've tried lots of glues over the time, but I always come back to Scotch as my favourite. And even though it's a wee bit more expensive. Oops, I've done that upside down. Number one rule for me is don't do it upside down. And I'm breaking my own rules here. Yeah, so it's very cold here in Christchurch now. We're sort of getting right into autumn and it's bleak. We're forecast for snow actually in the next few days. So it's not that lovely, that's for sure. But I put that up a wee bit. Yeah, it's not that lovely at all. But that's okay. It's Easter coming, so I don't go away at Easter. But I'm sure there'll be a few Easter eggs around, which will be nice. Bit of chocolate, we all like a bit of chocolate. Well, I don't know whether we all do, but I do. It's my favourite thing. So I'm going to go out shopping later and get some for my son and I to share, which will be nice. Not that he needs me to buy them for him, because he can buy his own, but you know, he's still my boy. He's still my boy. That one is in French. I'm just going to put that one up here. I'm just going to, no, just over it. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle really, isn't it? I'll just go over a wee bit that way. I can cut that bit off. I'm not worried about that glue, that'll glue all dry. And I'll do it there. This has got a perforated edge down here, but I just chop it anyway, so that will be fine. What do we need here? We need something a wee bit different, don't we? They're all very samey. What I like about this is you don't end up with masterboards just hanging around everywhere, and it's just all in one place, and it makes it a lot easier. For me it does anyway. Let's put over the page there, that's alright. Another bit of number. I might just, where's my ruler? Oopsie, straight. Is that upside down? No, it's not. Oops. Try and get it as straight as possible. sticky fingers. It's always a good sign you're having fun, isn't it? Come on. Oh. Sticking to the thing. Just put that one up here. It's a bit small. It's a good way to use up all your scraps actually if you've used these books in your you know, in your journals. The book pages, I mean. I don't tend to use book pages as glue pages because I just use an old magazine that we get, a free magazine that comes in our local mail as my glue book usually. Right, so there we have the front of it. Very uneven. Needs trimming off at the back. We'll just give that a quick trim up there. There we go, that'll do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then on the back, I'll need something a bit sturdier, so I'll use my good old faithful art glitter glue. Now you can see that's on a bit of a bend, so we have to try and get that a bit out of that bend, so that's alright. This will go just over the edge probably. I know some people will say this is terrible, but I really don't like this colour much. I probably want some mustard little curator stamps or something next. That would be right, wouldn't it? But anyway, I've got plenty of it, so alright. Yeah, so a lot of friends are going away over Easter. But I will be holed up at home. But that suits me fine because I'm a homebody and I like being at home. My little sanctuary. Alright, that'll do it. That'll stick. So I'm just going to hold that down there, right against the edge. And you can see it does stick over a wee bit, but that's okay. That doesn't bother me. So it must be A4 size before it's had the rings put through it, because it's not quite A4. Because I know this paper is. That's alright, just trim that bit off. Chuck that in the bin. And then on the back, this one, I don't have much in the way of plain on the back of mine. Usually I put line paper, but that's close to hand, so that's what it's going to be. It's a really good one to do in front of TV. I find this really mindful practice. You know, you just lose yourself in it and concentrate on what you're doing, and it's gets you out of your own head sometimes. When you're busy and stressed, it's quite nice just to pick up something easy and just go with it. As you can see, I'm not worried about getting glue on the next page, but that's alright. Alright. There's always going to be a bit at the bottom, but that's okay, because I'll trim that off anyway, probably. Just trim that back down there. It's all going to be straightened up when it goes on the what's the name anyway, the you know, when you go through the cutter. So there's one done. Let's see, very, very messy on the other page. That's okay. That's going to be pulled out in a minute anyway. And then we're going to decorate a few over here, a few things over here. But in the meantime, I'd like to do some more labels on mine. Have I got very many plain labels left? These are my plain ones. I don't think I've got many blue ones left. I quite like the, yeah, here's another one. What else have I got? Got a real mishmash here. Not many blue. Oh, there's a couple. Mine's in different shapes. I don't seem to have them. That one's quite nice. Put a couple of those on. Oops, here's a nice wee one. Oh no, it's green. I saw a, yeah. I think that'll be more than enough anyway. Some of these need a bit of a trim. So then I'll just randomly go through and place these all around. Put one more there. Put that big one there. They can come off the page if we want them. I'll put that one there because it's a bit more older style. Probably getting a bit carried away here. Where's that square one? There we go. Right, so now I'll glue all those together. What did I do with my glue book that I had here yesterday? I have no idea. Anyway, that's okay. I will just use a book page. Oh, that's French. I don't want to use a French one. Oh, look, good old bit of tea dyed paper, that'll do it. Don't even remember where I had that now, but that'll do there. Oops. Just giving you an idea anyway. Throw all the glue around. So some of these I will chop off afterwards a wee bit. It's a very quick process. My tummy's rumbling. I've just eaten dinner too. I've had an early dinner today. I had a lovely fish dish, which was beautiful. Comforting. I think I'm going to make some soup tomorrow. So that would be yummy. Excuse me. I don't know whether you can hear them or not, but I can hear them. Okay. Oops. Sticky fingers. Okay, so there's the bottom of it. There you can see. I'm just going to make sure these are all down well. It's handy to have a rag on the microfiber rag on your table, or I use an old nightie that's cotton, something. If you've got glue stuck to it, it helps get it off. Right, so there's my masterboard. That page is sticking. So now I can just pull that out because I want to use this one. My book's still intact. I've got plenty there to use. And then we'll just get into it. So I want to go down that margin, obviously, and get rid of that perforated edge. And I know my glue is probably not, not very, oh, that's going to get cut off anyway. Not going to be very dry, but that's okay. What I do is actually I'll do this side next. Got stuff everywhere on my desk. And then sticky fingers. And then I'm just going to chop that bit right off at the bottom there. So that's what our board looks like now. Or that way if you wish to use it that way. Then that's the back. So it's all ready to rock and roll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some 3.5 inch tags on one, 3.5. That looks a little bit big. Might make some 3 inch tags. And that's how it looks when you've done it well. Now I'm not sure how much, it's about 12, isn't it? So if I do 5.5, maybe I'll do a 6 inch one. A 6 inch. So that's 6 by 4 and just over 4.25. So that's going to be a that's not on straight, but you know that's just all semantics really to me. Doesn't actually bother me that much. Nothing will be straight on here. Oh, that's not over. I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. By the time it gets covered up, it'll be fine. And this one here I might just make into a smaller tag. What does that measure for? So if I do 2 and a little bit, this can make some smaller tags. And then this one I'll just cut in half as well. So out of that 1A4 board, I've got all of these now that we can decorate. So let's get to that. Journal I'm making for ABC, what do you call it? April ABC. ABC April is a floral one, well, botanical really. So I know that'll fit on a journal page. That's lovely. I'll round the bottom of these ones. Oops, sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Didn't do a very good job. Chewing it up a bit. That's probably because the glue's and at the top I've done one little corner there, but I'll do a bigger one this side. At the top, I'm just gonna, oops, without cutting onto the card. There we go, and then we've got a tag. Easy. Easy peasy. Now you don't have to use book pages. I mean, book page, you can go to like secondhand bookshops and get some really cheap books, which is a great thing to do. You don't have to use labels on them. I just sometimes like to. I can use stamps, I can use anything I want on them really. I'll use a smaller side for these ones. And doesn't want to work. There we go. But you can use things like junk mail. You can just copy dye junk mail if you want to make it look older. No one will know. It's just, you know, and if you find something with different fonts, just grab a cup of coffee, cold cup of coffee, and paint it on, and it'll look old in no time. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tags and 1 journaling spot. So the next thing I'd do is actually I'd go around and make them, age them a wee bit, but I'm not going to use that colour. I'm going to use a vintage photo because I'm trying not to get too grungy with these ones, because it's my go-to is grunge. So I don't want to be too grungy with these. This is ink oxide. I find this oxide ink, it's nice and juicy, but the colour of vintage photo and this in tea dye is quite different to the inks, and I much prefer the colours on the oxides. So it's always ink first. And then I can just sort of like mess making really. Which is how I generally craft, to be honest, but I'm trying to make things as I go for journals now, because I tend to end up with a heap of stuff and then I just ended up sending it in happy mail, which is lovely, but I don't use it. So I'm trying to just make it per journal now. I mean, with botanicals and stuff like that, I mean, that's my favourite really, botanicals, is I love flowers. So I tend to, you know, I can use those ones, but like the Tim Holtz people and stuff like that, they make cool little figures on these things. So I'll try and do a couple of different things to show you. What I do anyway. This is really the first thing you learn when you're when you start junk journaling. I think it's the, you know, you can get into fancy tags later on, but I still go back to these because I like them. Right. Beautiful. There we go. So they're all ready to rock and roll. We could grunge them up a bit more if we wanted to, but I don't really want them too grungy today. I'll shift this lot out. My paper stack. Oh, it's been dumped on the floor unceremoniously. So I'm going to show you 2 different things that I use. So one of the things I love is I love Tim Holtz, my little favourite man, which I'm sad, so sad that he's disappeared. Well, not disappeared, but you know what I mean. He's gone from creating these beautiful things that he does. So to me that's gorgeous. I love that. Doesn't really need anything else with it, but I might just see if something like that. No, because we've got a label there, haven't we? Let's have a look and see what we've got here. That's wrong colour. There's a wee ticket there, which does look nice. This is just with plain copy paper, I think. This is a very old, because I usually do them on a bit heavier paper now, but that's okay. Less bulk. And you've already got decoration, as you can see, with the other labels, but that really just finishes it off, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use scorched timber just to go around that so it sticks out a bit. I'll keep wanting to call it scorched almonds. I don't know whether you get them in other countries, but here in New Zealand there's something we have at Christmas time usually, and I love them. I just love them. So yeah, they're one of my favourite things to eat. I got rid of that piece of paper, didn't I? Let's see if I can find another piece easily. No. Bear with me. I'll find a wee path here to grab a piece of paper. There's a big crafter lunch going on behind me. But anyway, that's okay. So I'll just glue that one off. Can be a bit heavy handed with the glue. So that just looks nice just like that even, which is quite cool. And because this is card, I will use glitter. It's chipboard, well it's, you know, like cardstock, not quite chipboard. There's only one thing I don't like about these, is that they are a bit shiny. If they looked more, they'd look more authentic if they were matte. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. That's that. And then I'll just get some eyelets out. I've been having trouble finding eyelets in New Zealand. I had to go to Temu, and I don't really like buying some of these because I bought some massive. I bought these ones from Temu, and they're massive. They're absolutely huge, and they've got big shanks on the back, and I don't really know what to use them for. But anyway, that's life. So I'm just going to put away. I just eyeball it. And I'll grab a bit of lace. So it can't, oh, I might have some of this. Let's see. This is some seam binding that I covered myself. And it's, I did it with pommy. Oopsie, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm way out of whack now, aren't I? There we go. I dyed it with pomegranate tea, and it smells delicious. It smells absolutely divine. Actually, that may not be big enough for what I want to do with this. Let's get a wee bit bigger. And then I just crumpled it all up and let it dry in a ball. Very easy to do. And I've coffee dyed some as well. Just get in there. Oh. There we go. Oops, wrong way. There we go. Lovely little tag. Let me just chop a wee bit of that off. In the bin. That's cute, like that. Okay, so that's tag number 1. Tag number 2, I am going to do with something different, so you get to see a bit of variety. Put those to one side. What have I got here? These are just, some of these are digitals, and some of these are out of a book. Yeah, just out of a, let's move those backwards and we might see some. Pale. Let's get rid of those. Oh, come on. That's pretty. A bit wide for that one, but we've got a wider one. Will that be a bit lost on there? We'll just see with that one. Yeah, I bought this photo paper and I did these are on linen paper and this is on photo paper, but I don't think the photo paper doesn't seem to be very good to me. My printer doesn't like it for a start, and I've got a jolly good printer, I've got to say. Yeah, it doesn't seem to like the photo paper, which is really weird. But such is life. You get over it, don't you? Sorry, I'm dilly-dallying around here. So that's a cool one. Maybe a bit big for that one, but that looks good on there. So we'll go for that one on there. That one we might still use there. That's a bit small. It's a bit purpley, so is that one really, but what have we got that we've got in the pinks? I've gone off those ones. There's a yellow. It's very bright. That's quite cute too. I love pansies. Aren't they gorgeous? No, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to just do 2 with these. That one could go in quite nicely. It's a bit dull looking, isn't it? Right. So normally, well, what I will do is I'll just go around this with a bit of vintage photo. I have a feeling these ones came from Roxy Creations. I've got a few sets of flowers. That or either Tatty Treasures or Roxy Creations. That'll do it. I will just go around this a wee bit with the knife. I don't tend to do this when I'm fussy cutting because I like to keep them as sturdy as I can. Oops, just tore that. It's okay. Come on. Just going to take this wee bit out here. Something worse than watching somebody fussy cut. It's boring, isn't it? But just to finish it off a bit. That'll do it. Pretty easy, isn't it? Stick a flower and you've got your labels all around. But we could put a wee ticket behind that actually. So we put a ticket behind that, a darker one. That one will do. I think these are still the Junk Journal Studio. Sorry, pulling that one up a bit. Whoops. That's cool, I like that. And what did I do with my eyelets? Did I put them back in here? No. Oh my word. What have I done with the eyelets? I bet you can see them and I can't. Oh, I put them away. Oopsie daisy. Needs a bit more glue there. So this one I might use a silver. This is something a little bit different. Oops. Oh, that's a stubborn one. It doesn't want to do it at all. Ah, there we go. Oops, I've squashed it away, but never mind. Everything's forgiving, isn't it? Oh, I'll grab a lace basket and see what I've got here that will go with this. This is just my scrappy lace. That looks quite nice. Might just have to pull a little bit off. I'll just cut down here. I don't know whether it'll... Definitely won't rip. Grab a tiny attacher, attach that there. There's another way tag. I wonder if we could put that lace somewhere. I quite like it across the bottom. Can't tell which is the right side and the wrong side with this stuff, but needs a bit of glue underneath it. With this type of lace, I generally do quite a bit of glue because it's yeah, there you go. Just another wee pretty tag down there. Easy peasy. Right, I'm not going to use that flower, I've decided. So for my next one, so what's in this packet here. This is all a bit of a mishmash in here of different things that I've... That's cool. Oops. Easter. Or should we do an Easter one? Seeing it's near, no, it's not going to fit. No, we're not going to do an Easter one. That might go on there. Actually, it might be better on there. It's a bit boring, isn't it? And there's not much left in that lot. Oh, that's cool. Love that shell. But no, nothing in here. The buttons are quite cute too. Got the wrong colour. Right, so we'll get rid of this lot. That can go south. Oops, dropping it everywhere. What have we got here? Oh, these are quite cool too. These are shiny stickers, yes I know, but maybe an old rose or something that we could use. It's quite cool. Oh, that's big. Doesn't have to be a great deal on them. What's that? Let's see what's on here. Oh, Jenny. No, don't know that. What's it say? Oh, merchandise coupon. Nothing on there that I really takes my fancy. That's a bit of a shabby rose. And that's a shabby rose, but I don't like them. So, what else? I've mixed all sorts of bits and pieces together in these. But, leftovers from bits of kits, that's quite cute too. And the daffodils are lovely. That's pretty too. That one. These are from Margaret, not sure. I printed them out a few times because I really like them. Okay. It's pretty too. Right, let's have a look. There's just something in this lot, surely. It's quite sweet. Pomegranate tea again on gauze. Quite like that. A bit of little label down there with a bit of a number. If we can find a number. What have we got in here? I'm just going to take part of that. These hand stamped ones on the top, the numbers on the top, I've done with either Tim Holtz ink, what do you call it? Yeah, ink, or watercolours, and then I've just stamped on top. I paint as well, so I've got a lot of extra, you know, little bits, offcuts of expensive paper that I don't throw out. I just use it to make little labels with. Alright, glue this down. Stuck to my fingers. Pop that down there. In trouble with the scores it does. You can trim it off afterwards, but it does stick to everything and roll up. As you can see, it's stuck to my fingers. There we go. Yummy, yummy. It's a pretty flower, isn't it? It might help if you can see it, but that's it. I have to put a wee bit more glue into that. Oh no, that's good. We've got this one. Stick that under there a wee bit. Quite like that wee bit of lace down there. Excuse me, got my tummy, terrible. And this one I'm just going to put a little bit of coffee dyed seam binding. Oh, helps if we put an eyelet on first, doesn't it? There we go. Oh, actually, it's gone there. Got such sticky fingers, I didn't get a wet wipe out, which was a bit silly. Anyway, I'm not going to tie that one in a bow yet. There's another wee one done. So far we've got 1, 2, 3, which are very cute, all of them. And then we'll go on to this big one, I think. There's so many things you could do on these. That's cute. I like that, but I think we might need an Easter one. She's so adorable, isn't she? But they need a lot more on there than that. So we need, what's it say? Guide. So we need a bit of a do that just outside of there. I know Easter's spring in lots of other countries, but it isn't here. It is autumn. That there. Move that up. I don't really like where that label's gone, but I think I'm going to put another one up there. So that'll get put on there. Get rid of that. Straighten it. Keep that. Alright. Just go around this with vintage photo. Dairy thing, isn't she? Just glue that on. Doesn't want to go. Can I hinge that one up a wee bit? And I think we might need no. Just looking through Timmy's little bits here. I want something green. I'm just going to put the envelope just to stop that starkness at the top. So there's a little journaling spot. And it could have some sari silk put on it. Might do it this side so it can get pulled out. Love that fraying. So I'll just make that into a wee tab so that can go into a side pocket. There. And I think I'm going to glue it. Now if I glue it, it's going to show through, isn't it? I know I'm not going to glue it. So does the upside. That side is. It is now anyway. So I'll just get that up there. There. What do I do with my little... This is the trouble, you get everything out and then you can't find anything. Because you know it's here somewhere. There it is, right in front of me. Right in front of me. That's cool. Just got a wee bit of colour on the side. And that's that one finished. Nice. Like that. Right, we have one more. One more for good luck, for prosperity. Now what are we going to do with this one? I think I'm just going to do some mushrooms. I've got a few different types of mushrooms, as you can see. What a shame, that's beautiful, but it's not going to fit. No. I have got a lawn. I live near the river, and oh, that bird's nice, but it's too big. Oh my goodness, you should see the amount of toadstools in my garden at the moment. It's ridiculous. I must have 35 of them, 35, 40 of them. It's ridiculous. They are so, they're just everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And there's red ones and brown ones, and well, I think the white ones are mushrooms, but I'm not taking any risks. And there's those, you know, the spotty ones like these these little spotty things. Oh gosh, those like those. And yeah, it's really interesting. My son gets really grossed out by them. He goes, oh, they're revolting. But I think they're funny. I just say I've got elves in the garden. I've got elves in my garden. Yeah, and they are cute. Do you know, I'm just going to use that one because it's just the last one, and it is just an easy one to do. And then it's a massive clean up again for tomorrow. I think I got these from Temu, and do you think I can get them again? No, these are washi. That's cool. Could have actually brought that down a wee bit lower, but I don't think it'll go now. Oh, I might. I'm just a bit careful. Oops. I'd rather have that up there. And straight, of course. Not crooked. That sticker does not want to play ball now, does it? Here we go. And we'll get a wee number or a wee what's that one? That can go there. Not going to bother inking it. Not really the right blue, is it? both right. Eyelet. Try this one, that's a bit fancy, isn't it? Before I started junk journaling, I sold all my eyelets. And I can't believe I did that now. I had thousands of them. And now I'm going through them so quickly. I wish I'd kept them all. Never mind. You live and learn, don't you? Oops. Come on. It's a very small one to tie this, but we will persevere. Come on. Oh. You know you want to. Here we go. Right, so there we have it. We have our lovely Masterboards, and this has all been cut down. So we've got our little blue tag with the florals, very pretty. That's lovely, that'll go in the journal probably, or this one. That's a lovely one too, or even this one. And you could stitch around the edges, I might do that later. And then there's the Easter one, which is very cute, and the mushroom. I forgot to do the Tim Holtz people, but never mind, that's all right. I did those yesterday on labels. So anyway, so that's me today, and I hope you enjoyed that masterboard, the way I did my masterboards, because they are really cool and easy to keep in one place, keep tidy. If you saw my desk, well, you can see my desk, but the rest of the desk is absolutely chocker and too full. So I need to have a good sort out tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Have a great night. Bye.